Alright, so I'm finally about to do my hair. This is some leftover hair that I had. You can see the full scheme of hair here. So I'll use this piece when I do my feet in braids just to get rid of this hair. And then this is hair that I cut. I usually use this to do like the very end of the braids to make it longer. And then this is the actual hair that I use. 100% Kanekalon hair. And it braids really easy. And they're not lying when they say that it's soft. I never have any issues with this hair. Once I dip it in hot water, I don't have a lot of fuzzy, so I don't have to burn it or anything like that. I'm only doing about 4 braids this time because I think I'm going to make me a wig like later on this week. So I don't want to do like 7 like I had last time because I'm not going to keep them in for that long. So I'm going to use probably the majority of this hair in that little bit over there. And then all of this hair together, I think this is the receipt. Because I already had 1 pack, but you can see on here, I got this from my local beauty supply store. And you get 1 for $2.99, and then they're buy 1, get 1 free. So for those 2 packs, and then I got like a little packet of protein treatment, which you'll see on here with like $1.99 or something like that. So my total came up to $5.35 for the 2 packs and then the protein treatment. And then I already had this pack here and that little leftover hair. So I'll probably end up with like some more leftover hair that I'll just use the next time I'm braiding my hair or something. And Scooby's sitting here looking lame. I'm about to start braiding my hair. It is 10:47. I'm hoping and praying to be done in an hour. That way I could go ahead and do Kennedy's hair and we can get the ball rolling with today. Alright y'all, so I'm about to start my hair. I'm in my bathroom. I'm about to do 4 feet in braids. So I'll show you how I part my hair, how I get these edges laid, and then I'll show you my hair setup. So I'll show you my hair setup right now. So this is how I lay my hair out. So you'll see it's like hair everywhere here. So this should get me about 2 braids. And then I have these tiny little pieces over here. That's going to be the start of the braid. And then these 3 short ones will be the ends of the braids. So I have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pieces. And I usually use about 3 or 4 per braid. It just depends on where I'm braiding. So the braids that's closest to here, since they're like a shorter part of your head, I don't know how to really explain it, but like from the distance from here to here is very short. So I'll only use about maybe about 3 pieces, but from here to the back of my head I use about 4 to 5 depending on how thick I actually want the braids. So what I actually start by doing is combing out my hair. And the only products that I'm really using is this comb with the rat tail end. However, my daughter's thick old hair broke like the pointy tip, but it's cool because I don't use that end. And then some gel to get the edges laid because I don't really put gel in my hair. So I greased my scalp last night, excuse me, with wild growth oil, which is this right here. I oiled my scalp real good with that last night, so I don't need to put anything in it today. This is pretty moisturized. Now my hair is like super thin the majority of the time, or all the time really, especially it's been thinning out Mommy. Here lately. What, Toots? You don't even want anything.
I remember yesterday you saw
She's just making up something because she wanted to be on this camera.
No, seriously, I want to be right now. A boy is using a bathroom in a secret. You know how like in a restaurant?
Oh, on a movie that you're watching? I know.
That.
Okay.
And then he peed on the girl.
Yeah, I know. She's watching Are We There Yet in her room while I'm doing my hair, but she heard me recording and came in here. Okay, so I have my hair part it all the way down the middle. Bye.
Bye, Grandma.
Bye, Grandma.
I said bye, Grandma.
Who was, oh, camera, by camera. Okay, so I'm gonna put that section away, and then I have it parted straight down the middle. Now, recently, like whenever I get all stressed out, like this part of my hair breaks off bad. So you can see like where it is so broken off in there, like real bad. But it's cool because we gonna get it together and we gonna get it to grow back. It started breaking off a couple months ago, back in April and May. I was like super stressed out with work and stuff like that, and then I had 3 family members die, so I lost my hair due to stress. And then I sectioned off the parts for the actual braids because I'm only doing 4. So I split it down the middle first, and then I part to section off each braid. And then I'll go ahead. I didn't even realize I was so close to the camera. Y'all probably didn't even see none of that. So I'm gonna put this in a little baby ponytail so that I'm only working with this section of the hair. And then you could just straighten up your part as well. And then what I do, you may need a mirror as well. Take your mirror and then just make sure your part is straight in the back. And y'all see, I do have an undercut that needs cut because it's looking bad. And my hair is drawn back there, so. But I don't even really care because my hair is about to be braided and I'm not wearing it up like in a high bun or nothing. So you're not gonna be able to see it. So you wanna take a generous amount of jam and just put that along the part so that your hair will be laid when you go to do the braid, and it won't be like all frizzy. So I use a lot because of the texture like of my hair. It takes a lot to lay my hair down, especially with so much new growth that I have, because I need a relaxer. So you just do that. And then in the back, when you're done, you just want to make sure you ain't mess up the part, because I've done that a couple times and had to redo it. So then once you get all that top part, take the back of the comb and just smooth it on down. Now I do have a hair toothbrush that will get these edges together, but we'll use that at the end. And you just use the back of the comb to smooth everything. So now that you got that part laid, you want to flip the hair up, because you can't leave one side laid and the other side not laid. So you flip the hair up and you just do the same thing to the underside of the hair. And you just keep doing that. And then you take the back and you smooth it. So then your hair should basically be molded for your actual braid. I had this band-aid on my finger that I'm going to take off because it's sliding off anyway. My cuticles on this finger, on my pinky finger, have been so dry. And it's like my skin is starting to crack and it hurts. So I put some Neosporin on it and put a band-aid on it. But I'm going to go grab the hair real quick and then we'll start braiding. Okay, so that's 2 pieces. And I'll probably use 3 or 4 on this first braid. Alright, so I brought 4 in my starter piece. So your starter piece wants to be, you want it to be really thin, like that. Because nobody wants that big old knot in the front of their braid. So you start really, really thin. Now, I am not the best braider. I just started braiding with weave probably a couple months ago. So I am not the best. I'm not a licensed cosmetologist or none of that. This is just how I do my hair. So you start with this piece. And then you just want to start braiding. Now I start with a teeny tiny section of my hair, like so small, like that. And then you just start braiding. Now I braid 6 times, so that will be 1, 2, 3, 4,
Mommy,
5. Yes, baby.
is this the right foot or no?
I don't, you gotta put it down. Yes. And then 6. Or actually, I'm gonna go ahead and do 7. So then, you take toots. Back up, honey.
Okay.
The thing is too tall. We can only see your puffs. So then you take your hair, your next piece of hair, and I'm gonna try to do this where y'all can see it. So you grab the end with this pinky finger like that, and then you feed that right into there. Y'all see what I did? So you grab this end and feed it right into there. And then you braid and keep this in your pinky finger and braid again. And then you take this leg that you've been holding in your pinky finger and feed that right into like you did the first time. And then you keep braiding. Now I usually braid twice and add the next piece. So that will be 1, 2, or actually I'm gonna braid 3, because I like it better, depending on what side of my head that I'm working on, I like it in a certain hand, which is weird, probably because I'm right hand. But once you do that, you braid 2 or 3 times, you get the hair in the hand that you feel most comfortable with. You take the next piece, lock that on your pinky, feed it in, straighten out your threads, sorry, so that you don't have any loose hairs. Braid once, braid twice, take this leg of hair and feed that in. And that's pretty much it. That's all you really do. Now you braid twice, straighten everything out, grab your third piece of hair, feed that in, braid once, braid twice, feed that in like that. Straighten it out. Make sure all your hair is straight. Braid once, braid twice, and I actually did end up using 4. Well, here, take your last piece, feed it in like so, straighten it out, straighten out this top hair. You're gonna braid once, twice, I don't know if you guys can see this. Take this leg of hair, feed it in, and then finish out your braid, honey, and you done. And then I like mine's really, really long, so I braid all the way to the end. And that's about it, and you just keep going. My dog is sitting here with his face in my purse. What are you doing? What are you doing? And then my arms get tired, so I bring all the hair forward. Make sure that your braid is still straight. And then what I like to do when I get to this point, I like to take my mirror and check it and make sure everything look cool. And to me it does. Again, I'm not the best braider, but It looks decent. And for me to only be doing 4 braids, like I'm not too worried about perfection. Because again, I'm not gonna have my hair like this for a long time. I'm sorry for all the sniffling. I got like some bad sinus issues going on. I can't really breathe out my nose. What, you creep? I just recorded how to do this feeding braid. Maybe you can learn.
I'll watch the video.
Okay. You a hater. Only thing, my hands start to hurt after a while. You about to get in the shower?
I thought I was Mr. Cole. I didn't know.
I put your clothes in the other drawer. You have too many.
I didn't know. I was looking. I'm like, man, I ain't got no shorts.
I probably should have told you. You wearing sweatpants to work?
I'm relaxing at work today.
I don't blame you. It's Sunday. It's gonna be slow. You about to get in and fog up the place?
Not yet.
Okay. Ouch. And that's it. On this braid, I didn't even have to use the shorter pieces that I showed you to do the ending because this is pretty much even. Like all 3 legs are even, so I'm not going to need it. But when I do the middle braids, if I only use 5 of the longer pieces as the feed in, when you get to the bottom, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be shorter because the middle of your head from here to here is a lot longer than from here to there. So you'll need to add in a little piece so that you don't got one extremely long braid and then the next braid stop right here. And then
True.
And you don't even know nobody.
I'm teaching her out here, y'all. I'm teaching her. She know a little bit.
You don't know nobody.
She asleep?
No, she was just in here.
Hey, she got a door locked.
Her door, I don't think it has a lock.
Babe, this door is locked.
Kennedy!
Tut, open the door.
And unlock it. No lock doors in this house till you pay a bill. Y'all parents used to tell y'all that. I told her, I say so much stuff that my mom used to say to me that I hated. Ain't no locked doors in this house until you pay a bill. When you pay a bill, that's when you can shut some doors and get some privacy. Or maybe my mama was just crazy, because that's what she used to tell me all the time. And you braid that as far to the end as you possibly can so that it doesn't unravel. And then you got 1 feed-in braid, honey. And that's it. So I'm going to knock out the rest of this, and then I'll come back with the final look. Okay, guys, so this is what I'm talking about. You see how this braid, like, comes down to here, which will be cut to, like, here, but and this ends up here. So this is what I mean by when you'll need those little pieces. So I'll hurry up. and this is one of the middle braids. So that distance from here to the back of your head is much longer. So that you won't, your braids won't look all crazy. When you get about there, shorter piece, you want to add this in just the same. Now I can admit it is a little harder. So between these 2 fingers where you're holding that hair, you're going to add in this piece. It's a little difficult, but you're going to braid. Braid twice, and then you're basically just going to flip. Or you know what, y'all? I done messed that up. Hold on. Okay, let me get my stuff together. Alright, so you braiding normal, right? I'm back on track. Okay, so you holding it like that. This little tail, this one right here, is where you're gonna add the hair in. It's so much harder to do when you're not like braiding on your head. So put it through your pinky finger again, and you're gonna stretch it and add it to this leg to make it longer. And then you're gonna still braid twice, and you see how it gets a little loose and complicated, but it's okay. Just keep good control over the pieces that you have. And then you're gonna add that to that leg, and you just keep braiding. You see how that's added in? And then you see you got 2 long legs and a short leg. And then that's when you have to split the hair and they share. But you want to make sure you pretty much down to the end before you do that. Okay, so now I'm like basically to the end of my little baby leg here. So the hair that I just added on this leg, I'm going to split and I'm going to borrow some from my little baby leg. And then so that this middle leg won't be so thick, he's going to share too. And there you go. And then it thins the braid out as you go down. So of course, since I added the hair, this leg or this braid is going to be a little bit longer, but it doesn't even matter because the hair is going to be so thin at the end to match this one. You could just cut the extra hair off. So I'm going to back up so you can see them because I like my braids real long. And I'm just going to braid this one to match the length of this one. And then we'll cut the ends later when we're all done. Put some mousse on it and dip it in hot water. We'll do all of that at the end. But that's what I meant by like you're gonna have to add that extra piece so that they thin out towards the bottom. But I'm pretty much done with this braid, and then you could just leave it loose and then I'll cut it at the end. All right guys, so I'm basically all done. Got 4 braids. And then there's back, and I've cut the ends so that they pretty much all even, but you can see they're still a little scraggly. And I've braided them down a couple of times and they're being stubborn, like they don't want to stay. So I have my little lighter torch thing here and my hot water. So I'm gonna braid them down. I'm gonna burn them just a little bit so they're not all like hard and crunchy. I hate that feeling. And then I'll go ahead and put them in the hot water. But let's see. I'm gonna braid this one all the way down. And then got my little torch. And then you just go up and down the braid and squeeze the hairs in place. And then this one seems alright. And then once that water get on them, though, they should be fine. That hot water, you gotta let them sit in there for a little bit. I really don't like burning the ends, and I didn't think that I was gonna have to do it in here, but apparently I had to. That one all the way down.
Excuse me, Mommy.
What you want, baby?
I need to wipe my
Ooh.
nose.
Here, let me do it. She just sneezed and came in here looking crazy. Oof. Blow. We both got the same sinus issue thing going on. There you go. Finish cleaning your room up. Okay, so now that we have that done, I have this cup of water here. I ran the hot water from my faucet. I don't know if y'all can see that steaming or not. But I ran hot water from my faucet and then I put it in my microwave for 3 more minutes. If I'm not being lazy, sometimes I'll heat the tea kettle up because then it gets real hot. And you just put all your braids in there. And I like to go up pretty high, like darn near to my neck. And I'm gonna grab a towel out of this closet. I should have had this over already, but you wait and wait and wait. I usually wait about 30 seconds. And make sure you have a towel ready because this water is hot. like steaming hot, and you don't want the braids to fall out and smack you on the chest. So, and then you wait and look dumb with a cup at your neck. But I almost ran out of gel, and I thought that I was really gonna run out and be looking stupid. Like, you can see there is like nothing in there. I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but there's nothing in there because I use this for me and Kennedy's hair. I thought I had another one, but I cannot find it. I know for a fact I have another one, but it's not under the sink where all my hair products are, so I don't know. I have no clue. Has it been 30 seconds? Y'all think it's been 30 seconds? I don't know. It don't hurt to have it in there a little bit longer. And then once I'm done with this, I'm just gonna tie my scarf down. I'm gonna use my hair toothbrush, which is this right here, to lay these edges, and then put my scarf on until it's time to go. Because as you can see, like, it look kind of greasy from the jam. So you cup it like that so that your braids don't fly back in. And then you die, and then it'd be my fault. Because you doing this tutorial and learning. Then I didn't cause you to get all burned up. Can't have none of that. I can't have that on my conscience. So make sure that you have a towel ready. And it's very hot. Like, this is burning my hands as I do it. But then you just squeeze as you go down the braid. And squeeze all that water out. And then if I usually do more than 4 braids, like, depends on how you have your hair braided. Before this, I had it braided like going to a side and back. So I did 2 dips. I did like 3 at a time. But yes ma'am, that's it. And then I'll always add a lot of body mousse to my ends. Get rid of some of that frizz that's on there, and it takes care of these bottom hairs down there, so that's not looking all crazy. Ooh, look at me. I done got this tangled. Y'all see that? What'd you say, baby?
So I need to wipe this makeup. See?
It'll come off when you get a bath.
Okay.
So I'm gonna re-dip this one, because you see how that's then curled up, because I got it tangled up. So you just dip it, and then it's straight, and then wring the water out. That's it. And put a little bit of lot of body on there like that. And then 4 pumps and a little on each braid. And then y'all know how mousse do. It'll dry and your hair ain't gonna look white like this. So you do that like that. I'm gonna wash my hands off and dump this hot water out. But yes, you're done. After that, you are pretty much done. I am gonna put this scarf on until it's time for me to go. And I'm gonna jump in the shower real quick and get dressed and get Kennedy dressed and do her ponytails over. And then I just let these hang out and about until they dry. But when I get in the shower, I'm gonna, of course, put on a shower cap because I don't want them to be soaking wet all over again. But I'm sure, oh, I almost forgot about these edges, honey. So I just took a little bit of jam, like just a little bit, and I'm gonna use this for all 4 braids. Okay. And then you take your toothbrush and you just smooth like your little hairs like you want them. And then you put the scarf on. That's almost the most important part I forgot to tell y'all. I almost forgot. And then y'all see how the mousse has basically disappeared. Like there's a little bit right there, but it'll be good. And then you tie the scarf on. If you got like a a lot of new growth, this is gonna help set the hair in place because I need a relaxer. If you have a fresh perm, you'd probably be good to go without, if you have a fresh relaxer, you're probably good to go without the scarf because your hair is already straight. But my hair needs some taming. So I do that like that. And then, not that one, but you take the shower cap and I put it over there. And then I'll always bring my braids, all of them, up and I wrap them around my hair like so. And then I'm gonna get in the shower and I'll come to y'all with the finished look.